Okay guys, hello and welcome back to a new episode. In this one we're looking at Apxt again. Of course it is Sunday, so we're giving our forecast into the next week on what I personally believe could happen with Apxt share price. Of course we look at Apxt on this channel almost every single day, so if you do think that you'll enjoy that guys, please do leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, because like I said we cover it very often, and of course this is a place to be if you are interested in this stock. So of course with that being said guys, I am not a financial advisor, but I am going to be giving all of my personal opinions in the next week, but please do bear in mind they are only my opinions and they are not 100% guaranteed to be fact, and please do make sure to do your own research. But yeah, tonight we're looking at what I personally believe could happen, so if it sounds like a plan, leave a like and subscribe. But let's jump straight into the episode. So guys, yeah, looking at Apxt over the past week or so, we can see a big sell-off in the share's price. Now, of course, it has been down for quite some time. If we look at this one over the past month, basically since about the 14th of January, we are looking at the share price decreasing. We actually saw one day of positivity, which came on the 28th of January, where we saw the share price go back up to about 15.42. Now, of course, this was showing a bit of optimism, and I was very happy to see this because I personally think it was what we needed to bring the share price back up and hopefully into some correction in the next week. But unfortunately the next day it actually sold off, leaving us negative for the week, putting us on about 14.86. Now of course this was not good news indeed, so we were basically looking at this stock falling for quite some time, and of course that is never what we want to see, especially with a SPAC. Now SPACs are usually very anticipated, usually very hyped, but unfortunately Apxt has kind of gone down recently, as a lot of people aren't really looking to SPACs as much as they previously were. Now don't get me wrong guys, for a long-term investment as far as SPACs go, I think that AvePoint is not a bad company. I think revenue figures for them are pretty decent. I think they operate in a great field, but we need to look at how this one has been moving for potential entry points and whether you should even buy the stock at all. So of course in tonight's one, like I said, we're giving my personal opinions. So of course looking directly at what we have seen over the past week, I think we are definitely in a great territory to see some hopeful correction in the next week. Now of course what backs me up on saying that is when we look at this one from about the 28th up until now, we can see a small increase of about 2%. It's not very big at all, but it is definitely an increase, which is quite significant because like I said, over the majority of the past month we have been selling off, if not neutral, so it is a good thing to see come back into the positive ever so slightly. And like I said, I think it does put us in a great position for the next week. Now when it comes to potential growth in the next week, honestly I can see some coming, but I don't think it will be too significant at all. I think we could definitely get up there by $2 or $3 at most, but I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Honestly guys, at this standpoint I definitely think there is still some room for this one to move pre-merger, but I definitely think when it comes to this one it probably will see big growth post-merger if it is going to see it, in my personal opinion. And the reason why I say that is because like I said, a lot of the times when SPACs like this do come onto market, they usually get quite hyped up earlier in their life cycle when it comes to the merger target. So of course this merger is coming sooner rather than later, and what this means is that obviously a lot more people should be in this one if this one is going to rocket pre-merger. But unfortunately we aren't seeing that right now. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Like I said, from a company standpoint this is not a bad company, and there is definitely some room for growth after that merger is over. So realistically guys, there is a lot of potential in this stock, but in the next week I can't see too much happening with the price, but I definitely would like to see it back in the positive. Honestly guys, if it was in the red I would be pretty worried, because of course that would be bringing us to new lows, even lower than what we saw pre the 11th of January, which would be pretty bad. So for that reason, I would definitely like to see us be back in the green by next week. But like I said guys, there is still definitely some room for growth pre-merger. But if we're looking at this stock for an investment, I would definitely say that if you're looking to make some money on this one, in my personal opinion, I would be holding this one for the next 2 to 3 months, because honestly I think in that period we are going to be seeing the biggest growth. So I know it sounds frustrating because I know a lot of you guys are looking to make that profit quickly, and I can completely understand that, but in my personal opinion, if I was going to be investing in this one, I would definitely leave it a little bit longer, and then I would be a bit more optimistic of where the price could go, because I think post merger we are seeing some big potential, or at least closer to the merger. So I do think that we could definitely be trading flat for some time, unfortunately. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world as long as we do slowly start to pick up into next week and make it back into the green. I think it will also attract a lot more investors, because recently this stock has been so dead, I don't think a lot of people even want to get into it. So like I said guys, if we can get back in the green, which I definitely believe we can, we should hopefully hopefully start to see some positivity kick off after that. I definitely think it is possible. So in the next week, guys, some possible growth coming in my personal opinion. I don't think it'll be too much at all, but I definitely think it will be enough to hopefully bring us back into the green and hopefully bring us up by $1 to $3 in price, and that would be lovely to see. But that's just my personal opinion, guys. I want to hear your opinions down in the comment section and on Discord, so feel free to come and tell us. It would be appreciated. With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye until then.